Hello and a very warm welcome and RIP Alpine F1 team, who in the space of 2 days have lost probably their best two drivers. Wow. The F1 market, we've literally come into the summer break, and within 2 days of the summer break, it's absolutely exploded. It all started with Sebastian Vettel retiring on Thursday. Then a shock announcement as Fernando Alonso joined Aston Martin. And then we all thought surely Oscar Piastri will be Alpine driver. It was confirmed last night by Alpine F1 team and Formula 1. And then as it was confirmed, it was like the middle of the night in Australia, and Piastri responded. And it's to hope Piastri does have a McLaren contract. Otherwise, he's really fucked himself over. And he wouldn't put a statement out like this unless he did have a seat. It really is RIP Alpine. They've actually made themselves look like right idiots. They've basically put out an official statement confirming Piastri without Piastri's, this is what Oscar's had to say. I understand that without my agreement, Alpine F1 team have put out a press release late this afternoon that I am driving for them next year. This is wrong. I have not signed a contract for Alpine for 2023. I will not be driving for Alpine next year. So Alpine and Formula 1 confirmed Piastri was an Alpine driver for 23. And Piastri's put out that statement. Now Piastri is never putting out that statement without having a contract in place. It would be ludicrous and stupid of Oscar Piastri. And don't forget, he's actually the reserve driver still at Alpine. He still has to do them duties. It's criminal, to be honest, that Oscar is not on the grid this season. He should have been. F3, F2 champion. He's proved it in the lower categories. His reward, sitting on the sidelines, scratching his arse on the pit wall, when he should be on the grid. Now, I recorded a video. Once it was confirmed, I thought, oh, Oscar's on the grid. He's an Alpine driver. I recorded a video to bring out this morning. It's all changed. I believe Oscar Piastri is a McLaren driver, because there's no way he would put out a statement like that without basically having an agreement. We know Mark Webber looks after Oscar, former Australian driver looking after an Australian driver. And it's ironic, innit? Because an Australian is going to replace an Australian. And what happens to Daniel Ricciardo? Is he going to end back up at Alpine? I tell you what, if he goes back to Alpine, I'm going to lose it. Lose it with a honey badger. Because he would actually be a journeyman. You cannot go from Renault to McLaren to go back to Alpine. Which is basically the same team. But yeah, massive confusion. Oscar Piastri literally sent the internet and Twitter into meltdown. And we've had all the cracking memes. Fuck, we look like a bunch of wankers. And tagging Alpine. Oh, it's humiliation. Humiliation for Alpine F1 team. They've put a statement out there. And basically Piastri's come back and said this is not true. It's humiliation for Alpine and Formula 1. And they've still not deleted the tweets, so we wait and see what happens. But yeah, Piastri is a McLaren driver, and it's looking like Norris, Piastri for 2023. It's all going to fall into place. We've got a summer break now. I expect most announcements to be confirmed. It's the perfect time to do it when we've got no racing. Yeah, it's slowly filling up. I can't remember, they actually confirmed Piastri, and then a couple of hours later, Piastri, fires back. It's an odd one. I understand that without my agreement, Alpine F1 team have put out a press release late this afternoon that I am driving for them next year. This is wrong. I have not signed a contract with Alpine for 23. I will not be driving Alpine next year. I mean, and then literally after Piastri put that out, Fernando Alonso posted literally a minute after, just smiling like this, an ultimate troll. I don't get the Fernando Alonso move. Someone comment down below, why has he left Alpine to go to a worse team? And I think my knowledge of Formula One's pretty good, but I can't say anything about that. I don't get that move at all. I don't. It's strange. He's going to a worse team. And then people said Alonso was moving over for Piastri to give the youngster a chance, and Piastri's base. So Alonso stuck two fingers up at Alpine, and then Piastri has. And surely we'll get news that Piastri is a McLaren driver, and he will replace Daniel Ricciardo. But then it gets even more confusing as Daniel Ricciardo has a contract. Wow, crazy world of Formula One. Yeah, he literally broke the internet yesterday, Piastri. But there's no way Piastri would put a statement out like that if he didn't have a contract at McLaren, because that is basically, Alpine are not going to want him when he's just basically ousted the team. He's embarrassed the team in front of the whole world. They're not going to want Piastri now. So all I can say is he's got to have got a McLaren contract. Otherwise, he wouldn't make such a ridiculous statement. It would be ludicrous. Yeah, wow. What a couple of days. Will we get some news later on this evening? Yeah, crazy. So, Sebastian Vettel retires. That was not really a shock. Alonso signs for Aston. Huge shock. And then Piastri was confirmed. And then he basically stuck two fingers up at Alpine, who he's been with for like 4 years. Crazy scenes. And Formula One's boring, they say. Get your popcorn ready. Any breaking news, I will cover it. I got a bit of a busy day today though, so if any breaking news happens, might have to cover it tomorrow. I've got my theory test. I need to focus and concentrate today. So yeah, thanks for watching. RIP Alpine F1 team. Humiliation as two drivers basically stick their middle finger up at Alpine. Really poor by Alpine. Why would you confirm a driver without his permission? Yeah, this could get spicy. This could get messy. Like legal status and all this, courts, etc. This could get messy. We wait and see what happens.